Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. Do you ever feel like maybe you're missing out on some success, that it's hard to keep the motivation going and your focus might be right out the window? Are there some dreams that you've given up on, or maybe you even stopped dreaming? Well, that can be one of the reasons why you feel like you're starving for success, because we're actually hardwired for setting goals, to be motivated, to go for something larger than what we are. But it is the experiences that we've had in our past, especially around people, that have stolen our focus. They've killed our motivation, and in some cases, they've destroyed our dreams. It's time to get it back. So I want you to keep that in mind as far as steal focus, kill motivation, destroy dreams, because we're going to talk about mismatchers that create mayhem, antagonistic accusers that kill your motivation, and dream assassins that want to destroy your future, because you see through your memories. It takes training to see things as they actually are. And because the only time we experience growth is in our relationships with other people, if you've had that growth tainted, well, then it's going to be hard to keep moving forward because of the pain that you've experienced. You've probably heard me say this before. Got to give that pain a purpose for progress. So let's talk about the 3 types of people that you've experienced and what it is that you need to know, the steps that you want to begin to take to start that dreaming again. And it is so important this time of year. We're in a change of seasons. We're moving into spring into success. And whenever your subconscious mind experiences a change, it's like, okay, what do you want me to do? What new growth can take place? Or do we just need to continue on the decay cycle that we seem to be stuck in? And so let's move you forward with purpose. And that way, progress is so much easier to achieve. Okay, these are the people that have caused problems with you and your dreams, your goals, the achievement that you wanted to go after. And again, you're starving, maybe because you stopped dreaming. Okay, mismatchers that create mayhem. There are 2 types of people when it comes to goal setting, and one is known as matchers. They can see the big picture. They get excited about this vision. They want to make things happen. And then you have mismatchers. Mismatchers are the ones that are going to poke holes in what it is that you said you wanted to experience. Now, they are a needed component. What they do is definitely required once you put together strategies and tactics. Strategy is the overall plan. Tactics are the steps to fulfill that plan. But you never want to invite a mismatcher into dream creation, because they'll kill it right at the very beginning. There was a time I thought I was in a relationship with a mismatcher. I was not. It was a dream destroyer. So just keep in mind that as we increase the intensity of them infecting us, it will include all these levels. So mismatchers always put things out of order. I'll give you an example. I had a dream years ago of doing some travel, getting an RV and just going out and seeing the country. Now, the person I was with at the time had done something kind of along those lines at one point, and they were like, you have no idea what problems are involved in this and the challenges you're going to have. And it was quite evident I wasn't going to do it with them. They are no longer in my life. So I had thought about, is this something that I want to explore? And then y'all know, if you've been in my world the last few months, I got my puppy Thor, and I'm like, he and I will hit the road. And then he came down, or he was diagnosed with idiopathic epilepsy, which means seizures of no known cause. And I'm like, my dream is out the window. Well, I have another visionary friend named Cindy. We all have to have someone in our life that can see the big picture for us when we can't see it for ourselves. And she reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, RV show in town. Now, she has an RV. And she's like, let's go look. I want to see what's new out there. And the dream came back. By the way, that's one of the steps I'm going to be wrapping up with later on, is that the dreams survive no matter what's going on in your life. Sometimes, though, that they go into hibernation and they need an environment to begin to warm them back up. And for me, Cindy is that environment. So it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's coming back for me. But I know that I needed to do some additional investigating, and I'm a member of a group, several groups, Dogs with Epilepsy. And this is when I decided to go to authority figures. That's one of the boundaries. So you've got 4 different types of boundaries. One, hey, you got it. You don't need to know any other information. Second one is you're making a request of someone else on your level. And if they don't follow through with that request, there's consequences. Third one is you go to an authority figure and you ask for transfer of authority, transfer of power. What is it they know that you don't? That's what I do on these calls. On these videos, on this podcast, is I'm giving you a process and a system to be empowered for your own success. And then the fourth boundary is, hey, I've done all I can do. I'm not doing anymore, and I'm walking away from this situation. So I went to people who had authority, and I said, is there anybody else out here who travels this way with their epileptic dog? And if you do, what do I need to know that you know that I don't? And it was absolutely amazing. I was inundated with responses. Reactions are based on past pain. Responses are based on future impact. And I was inundated with responses of, yes, we do. We absolutely love it. And here's what you need to be aware of. And that gave me hope. Now, we can experience what's known as deferred hope. Deferred hope makes the heart sick because it's hope without any foundation, without any basis. We can hope things get better, but if nothing changes, then it's deferred hope. These people were giving me true hope because they were telling me these are the actions you need to have in place. Okay. Then I reached out to a couple of groups that I had joined around RVs. And I said, okay, I'm thinking about doing, either this type of RV or this type of RV. What should I know that you know that I don't? And that's when Miss B showed up. No, really, that is the initial of her first name. And she just absolutely blew it out of the water. You have no idea what you're doing, what you're getting into. It's going to cost this. There's that going on. And it wasn't long before I'm reading her paragraphs and I'm like, oh, we have a mismatcher. See, I'm still in the dream phase. I am not in strategies and tactics. So while she is offering some information that might be of assistance, it's doing more to infect me. She is stealing my focus. Yeah, remember I said steal, kill, destroy? She's stealing my focus. Mismatchers always take things out of order. They want to create disorder. They want to stir it all up. Then I noticed how she answered some other people's questions, and people were like, why do you have to be so negative on everything? Now, keep in mind, mismatchers don't see themselves that way. They actually see themselves as a savior who's going to rescue you. Well, that's on the drama trauma triangle. So, on the drama trauma triangle, you have a victim, you have a bully, and you have a hero. And they see themselves as the hero because you have no idea what's getting ready to show up and bully you. Again, what they have is needed in strategies and tactics, but not in the dream phase. So just know that whenever they show up, they are out of order. And so there is disorder. Now, from disorder becomes dysregulation, then dysfunctional, then toxic. So just notice when it's happening. By the way, whenever I'm around somebody, something happens one time, I'm aware. It happens twice, I'm suspicious. It happens 3 times, and I know. Okay, so stealing focus, that's what mismatchers will do with the mayhem. Go to them when time is appropriate for setting your goals, but not in your dreams, not at the beginning. Then after that, you will have antagonistic accusers. These are the people that are going to show up and they want to manipulate you. I am not saying that they always are aware of what they're doing, but there is a reason why they want to kill your motivation. They might want to kill your motivation because you're making them uncomfortable on what they're not going for. They might want to kill your motivation because they feel like they're going to get left behind. They might want to kill your motivation simply because they like to fight. Antagonistic accusers will kill your motivation for your dreams by involving you in entanglement with them. They're going to push your buttons in such a way to where your focus is no longer on what it is that you want to experience. Instead, you have to defend yourself against them. I had somebody do this to me before, and they accused me of some things. And I went, okay, I'm not going to defend myself. That was it. I concluded. Now, remember how I said it happens once? Yeah, I'm aware it happens twice. Now I'm suspicious. Happens 3 times. Happened 3 times with this person. I gave them a chance to rectify the situation by telling them I did not feel safe. See, I wasn't going to play their game of accusing them of anything. I said, this is what I need. And they were not willing to step up to what I need. They decided to justify how they were fighting with, well, you needed to know this. Okay, duly noted. They antagonize you. They want you to not engage with them, but again, be entangled in the nets that they set. So just know that on the way of going and getting your dreams, if someone feels threatened by that dream, well, they can kill your motivation for it. This is one of the reasons why you want to look at, have they earned the right to know what your dreams are? Have they proven themselves over and over and over again to nurture and nourish those dreams? Or are there times when you're aware, you're suspicious, and now you know for sure? All right, they kill your motivation by creating confusion. Yeah, you're confused. Should I focus on my dream or should I be defending myself? Because you can't do both. So it's either going to be your dream or defending your right to that dream. And then you're wasting the energy on it. All right, the last category. The dream destroyers. These are the assassins. These are what I call cluster Fs because they cluster freak everything that they touch. They start by creating disorder. If that isn't enough, then they move into confusion. They have envy. They self-seek. And they do something known as creating strife. And strife is whenever they want to punish you for wanting to be your best. Oh, and that's scriptural, that with strife comes every evil work. You want to be healthy, and someone wants to punish you for that, they want to destroy. Now, why would they want to destroy your dream? Because in its place, they want to put a structure to where you work for them. You make life happen for them. You have to rely on them for certainty, rely on them for your choices, for your worth, for your validation. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the core four. Growth cannot happen in that. Because every goal you set isn't for accumulation of experiences or stuff. That's one of the steps we're going to get to in just a moment on your dreams. Every goal you set is for revelation of your next level of growth. That's the only reason why we set goals, is to give us a path, a journey that we're supposed to be enjoying. You're going to be on the journey longer than you are the destination. You are supposed to prosper in both the journey as well as the arrival. But they want you doing all of that for them. There is nothing that can be done about a cluster F. There is no known therapy that has yet been established that can assist them. You cannot save them. You cannot give them enough chances. The best thing that you can do is begin to look at how you can close the loop on that relationship before it becomes a noose around your neck. Okay. So now that we've looked at the reason why you stopped dreaming, you encountered people in these different areas that said, no, that they wanted to take down what you had and in its place put what they decided that you should be experiencing. So this is what I want you to know about beginning to dream again. Be prepared to be different. That's number one. And that difference is you're not going to go around telling everybody what your dream is unless they can feed into it. There are some dreams that I have that are between me and my higher power. It is not far enough along yet for me to share with anybody else. And then there are some times when my higher power sends someone like Cindy back into my life to say, it's time to wake up. So here in the Midwest of the U.S., it's springtime. Winds are blowing hard. Why do they do that? The winds blow hard to wake the trees back up. See, during the winter, everything that was keeping the tree in survival mode was pulled into its core. But now it's time for growth. And so the winds blow so that the limbs move, and it gets the sap flowing from the core, from the trunk, back out to the edges of the limbs, all the way to the tips, so the new growth can take place. There are some winds that have been blowing through your life that are trying to wake you back up to what's out there for you. And you may have interpreted it as, oh, I'm not supposed to have this, when it's going, no, wake up. You got some dead wood that needs to be dropped so that you can support the growth that's there. Okay, so number one, be prepared to be different. Don't be going around telling everybody what you've got going on. Anytime you see the masses doing something, then you know that's mediocrity happening. So you're now going to develop this, and you're going to share it with those that have earned the right. Number two, it's not who you are in the dream, it's who you are to become. Again, that's the reason why we set goals. It's not for the accumulation. It's for the revelation and expression of us at our healthiest. Hey, I've set goals, and then on the journey there, I went, oh, you know what? This goal is no longer worthy of me. There's something even better that needs to be put in its place. Number three, these dreams are at a completely different level than what you're at right now. They're another dimension. And they're requiring you to step up into it. But we got to look at the boundaries. Is this something that you've got because you've done it before? Or are there some requests that you need to make of others? Is there authority figures that you need to be working with? Or what is it that you need to walk away from and go, I can't take this with me to the next level? Number four. This dream is going to be a gift to someone else. That there's someone else in your life that is going to benefit from this experience, usually multiple people. So no, it's not just about you. And this is what's interesting. A lot of people say, well, if I don't do it now, I'll get another chance. In the Bible, there's the book of Esther. And she was given an option to help save her people. And what came through was either you do it or God's going to find someone else to do it, but the universe ain't waiting. And it can be the same way with you. The universe is not going to wait for you to decide to step up when all the conditions are right. Because it's going to go, hey, we're going to go with who's ready to say yes right now. Number 5, you've got to give yourself permission to live in this area again. And number 6, this dream may have gone into hibernation for a while. But that's how you know when it's truly healthy for you, because it just won't go away. It's actually a desire. And when we look at the term desire, it's from Latin, desire, from the Father, from your higher power. This has been something that's been planted within you that you are supposed to cultivate. And 7, it is the journey to get there that will upgrade you, not the arrival. But that makes the arrival so much sweeter. All right, so as a very wise man in my life just shared with me a few days ago, if your life right now does not look like your dream, then you're not done. So until we get together again, blessings on your journey as well as your arrival.